All right, so where should I start there, Seth? Just controls.
Would you mind starting at the beginning?
Yeah, sure. Okay, here we go. Hi, this is Old Blood Noise Endeavors here at Lunar Manor Studio with Brian Webb. We're here today to talk about the excess, distortion, chorus, and delay pedal. See, I'm Brady Smith. This is Dan Piacek. This is Connor Schmigel right there. We got Kylan Massey, Seth McCarroll back there on the drums, and Blake Studdard over there on the steps. So, and Brian back here playing our guitars. He'll be demoing the excess through the majority of this production. So here she is. We basically, our inspiration for the excess was the very unpopular pedal from the 80s, the Ibanez Session Man series. There were two pedals in that series, and they seemed back then to be unpopular, and they seem unpopular now. So we decided to make a pedal that was an homage to those very unpopular effects, such as distortion and chorus and delay, because everybody hates that stuff. So we'll go ahead and jump into the controls a little bit. We're going to try and be as comprehensive as we can, because we know that people are just dying for all of the technical specs of this marvelous pedal. We've got our on and off switch, our modulation mode selection switch. So it's just a stomp switch. Red is for delay, blue is for chorus, and we'll get into that a little bit more. We've got a series and parallel switch, so that actually dictates which how your effects are running. So the distortion in series, the distortion runs into the modulation, thereby stacking the two effects. In parallel, they run side by side, so they kind of have a cleaner output. The modulation does, at least, and they have independent volumes, and you can actually isolate each effect if you'd like to use it that way. And then we've got the distortion controls up here. So we'll start with the distortion volume, tone, so it's kind of like a high gain muddy distortion, right? All right. And now the modulation controls. Dan, would you mind telling us about the excess modulation controls, please?
Yeah, so part of the fun of that parallel mode is you can isolate each channel. So you just heard the distortion isolated. So now we're going to switch into the blue mode for chorus and hear what the modulation sounds like. So you're going to want to max out your volume on the modulation section to get roughly unity gain. And you've got a rate and depth control for your chorus. So you can get very slow, deep, almost not even there, up to super fast rates that can get sort of those light vibrato sounds all the way up to ridiculous chorus sounds. Put them both on there, and it just sounds real nice. So should we check out what that sounds like in series?
Yeah.
So now your distortion section is running into your chorus, and all the controls are active.
That's nice. So we got that in. So yeah, at that point it's stacking these two volumes in series. So just to make that very clear, you've got your distortion volume running into your modulation volume. So if you turn down your mod volume, you get nothing, right? But then if you go back to parallel, you just have the distortion circuit going, or you can just have that beautiful chorus modulation sound going. So, all right, let's try delay. So
Check it out.
we're back
So
in
we're
parallel
in
mode. Dan,
And,
we're back in parallel mode now. Go ahead.
All right, so let's switch into delay mode. Red. Let's do just one repeat. So now the controls are time and feedback. Time goes from 1 millisecond up to 125 milliseconds. So pretty short slapbacky delay all the way down to super short, like a doubling effect delay. And if you start to bring up the feedback, you can actually get like filter sounds out of that delay. And if you max out the feedback, it starts to harmonize with you. So now you've got just one repeat that is affected by the time knob. So you've got either a fifth harmony that's fixed in basically with the note you're playing, or way later than the note you're playing.
Yeah, so you can back it off so it's like a double voice, kind of separated.
Either like a straight harmony or like someone that's kind of talking back to what you're doing.
Yeah, right on top of it.
And then if you scale it back just a bit, you get just super deep feedback.
More of that feedbacky stuff.
Yeah. And it won't oscillate, but it'll get close.
Right now, this is the distortion running into the delay mode in series. So the volumes are stacked. We've got it at a lower volume so that we're not peaking here from the distortion. We've got the modulation volume maxed. That's kind of a great place to have it. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a good sound. Should we see what happens when you plug an expression pedal into it?
Listen to that harmony. All right, Brian, we're gonna start, and you can start playing. We'll just kind of all start together, though. All right, on the excess, there's a number of expression options. So we're gonna go ahead and plug that in here. You hear it changed it. So, ooh, yeah. So Brian back here is running the expression pedal. And this is the expression selection. This allows you to switch between the two modulation controls, which is rate and time and depth and feedback. So depending on the chorus or delay. Dan, why don't you go ahead and tell us all about the excess expression?
All right. So right now, Brian is controlling the time on the delay section. So that's why you're hearing so many pitch shifty, weird, filtery sounds. So we've got pretty high feedback, and he's just messing with the time. And if we switch it to the other mode, where he controls the feedback, he can send it into that maxed out harmonized mode, or back it off and get back to more normal sounds. And if we switch to the chorus mode, now he's controlling the depth. So you can fix a rate and then just go subtle if you back it off, or max out your depth really quickly and get those kind of seasick, warbly sounds. Or you can switch it back and control your rate instead. Kind of the same deal, subtle to seasick. Any more thoughts?
You went through them both? Yeah. Cool. So that's the expression. There's lots of options there. Lots of options. Pretty cool.
Back to that.
So that's the excess pedal. There's lots of things wrapped up in this little pink box that you can really, I don't know, you can really get to.
What's happening?
So you're on the edge of really high feedback and then the harmonized mode. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're just clicking into that harmony.
This thing's crazy. Because I'll push it all the way up and then it's like a set before.
Yeah, so that's like, so if I unplug this, whenever that control is maxed out, that's hitting that.
Can you turn it to where the delay is on full length too?
Yeah. So if we,
Like with the harmony.
yeah.
That's what it's doing. Maybe feel like I'm on the guitar player.
There you go. Kylan, what's your question? Does the delay mode oscillate?
It does not.
It does not.
So if we,
Yeah, go ahead.
Keep going.
so this is, that's the highest the feedback can go. So it gets really big, but it won't actually oscillate. But at those super high feedback rates, that's where you get the really like resonant filter type sounds out of your time. So you can almost tune it to different pitches when the feedback is really high, but not harmonizing.
So that would be useful to have right up here is. All right, so now you've got. There you go. Yeah. So if you move pretty slow with the rate control, you can find those different frequencies. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a little flanger.
Yeah, it's basically just a flange that you get to control with your foot instead of an LFO.
Very flangy. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Just that it's a flanger that you get to control with your foot instead of an LFO.
Cool.
I mean, we're all three mimosas in.
think that'll work. Oh no, my editor.